Hi everyone, my name is Sunette, and in this video I would like to introduce mind and body mapping to you. What exploring your innerverse is all about. For me, in my process throughout my life, and so my relationship with me and my body, I have come to realize and understand that within myself, as so with my body, there is a whole new universe to explore. Let me explain. An example is emotions and feelings. Let's focus on emotions and what I've realized when it comes to the effect emotions has on not only me and my inner experience, but also my inner physical experience. An emotion I predominantly worked with in my life has been anxiety. And with starting to get to know myself, my emotions, and how my body communicates with me, I first define what the anxiety energy does to my physical body. When I'm in a moment of anxiety or remember the emotion of anxiety, how can I describe how my body is responding to it? And for me, the words intense, feeling like 1,000 pricks of needles, stabbing into the flesh of my body, at the same time as churning and turning, and this energy feels really intense and sharp and deep inside myself. So there's an example of starting to get to know what your emotions do to your body, what we as our emotions do to our body. Not only that, but then I also started having a look at, but what does the emotion of anxiety then do to my body in the long run? I have come to understand that it contributes, for example, with how I've learned to communicate with my body and getting to know my body, that it relates to indigestion, oftentimes experiencing nausea, where I can't really process and enjoy my relationship with food. I feel tired and exhausted most of the time. So it was really interesting drawing the lines in the emotions I was predominantly experiencing and going into, and the effect it had on my body. And so my life experience, even something as simple as my relationship with food, where we'd like to be able to enjoy food for what it is and experience and taste and really be able to describe and breathe in the succulent delicacies of the food that's provided for us. So instead of enjoying that, I have massive knots in my stomach and indigestion and nausea because of anxiety. Then even having a further look into, and this is something we'll also be doing in mind and body mapping, is having a look at the long-term, lifelong effects of our constant, continuous participation in living in emotion. And in addition to this, I'll assist and support you in showing how you can utilize words to change your inner experience, and so your relationship with your physical body, and how your body responds to you, how you respond to it, and how you can become lifelong partners in this journey, this experience of life itself, where you and the body equally contribute in support and assisting of one another. Because if we're doing unto our body, for example, the effect of emotion, such as anxiety, it responds back and with the symptoms of what we experience. And then in addition to that, we don't realize the extent of impact, the experience of nausea and tiredness and not processing things effectively have on our mental health, our mental state again. So it's constantly vice versa, and things just start getting worse and even out of hand at time, and that can lead to the body breaking down in one way or another. So along with emotions and getting to know your emotions in detail, how your body responds to it, how to change your relationship with yourself within, in who you are and in the universe of the physical universe that we're going to be exploring and mapping at the same time. Mapping also in the sense of getting to know how, discomforts in your body. For example, another pattern, a personality that I identified in my mind and myself that I tended to work with and deal with a lot in my life was self-judgment. Self-judgment specifically in the form of, the relationship with my body, and how judgment and a specific type of judgment will slowly but surely also start patterning in and almost molding and shaping into your physical body, where I started having extensive calf problems. And when I started really having a look at becoming aware and sensitive to my body in my everyday life, I would realize when I go into judgments how I would literally curl up my toes and my calves would start cramping ever so slightly. That's where I started detailing the relationship between judgment and my calves, and how I would utilize how my body is communicating with me to work on certain mind and self patterns and change them in my everyday life, which sometimes will release and resolve the particular point that opened up in my body, but other times it will open up more things for me to work with and look at, because I may have layered a problem inside myself, and so it layered, inside the body. You also come to learn how extraordinary it is that our physical body is the sponge that absorbs memories and information. Our physical bodies are in fact our greatest life tool we have as of yet not truly really discovered and lived with, in being able to understand it, being able to communicate with it, to vocabularize who we are in our emotions, our thoughts, our everyday life inner happenings, and the true effect and impact it has on our body in contributing to our everyday life discomforts, pains, ailments, not causing but contributing. So there is much to learn, and I truly look forward to walking this journey and process with you, in sharing my own mind and body mapping experiences through this you learning, and me also, if you so choose, have the opportunity to guide you in getting to know and understanding your own mind-body relationship that will be unique to you. All right, everyone, thank you very much for being here, for listening, for walking with, and do observe, do participate, and see what opens up for you in exploring your universe as your physical body. Thank you very much.